be a little bit for me to respond back to it and stuff like that. And so it's a little bit more readily available on the Zoom call, but that's why I wanted to put it up on this. And I will get back to you guys' questions as we go through this here for you also. So, and I'll try to flip back and forth. I got quite a few windows open, kind of looking at everything and stuff like that, make sure I'm doing it right for you guys and that sort. So we'll just give it a couple more minutes. So I was just like, I was kind of talking to someone earlier today that I had done this. I'd done this vision board workshop. I'd actually done this yesterday with my people that are in my. I've got a 12-week course that I do for people and stuff like that are trying to lose weight, just get healthier and stuff like that. And so we went through this very similar thing and got some great feedback from them. Got some really cool ideas, and so I kind of made a couple of tweaks to this to make it even better for you guys as well. But we had a really good chats about what the goals are going to be like, what we're looking for, what 2021 is going to look like, and that we can make it the best we can for everything. So, but yeah, so that's a big thing is with this is that I really enjoy doing these vision board workshops. Really cool to see kind of what comes about. I've attended a couple of them. I did one last week with my coach, and it was pretty cool to go through it and stuff like that. So, all right. So I'm just going to take a look here. All right. So let's go ahead and get started up on this here. So, so let's go ahead and again, for some of you guys that are going to watch this afterwards and watch the recording of it and stuff like that, my name is Mike. You guys may not have met me before. I do this program called the My Path Method, really working with people that are trying to help them lose weight, get healthier, and just make good choices without those extreme diets or the intense workouts and stuff like that. And some of you guys that have worked with me in the past or are working with me may know how that is and stuff like that. So with this vision board workshop, I'm going to go ahead and get it started. So what's really the purpose? So why do we put together, like, why do you do a vision board? What's the benefit to doing something like that? And so really it's to give you a clear, like a clarification of your desires of what you're wanting. So many times we get, like I hear, because I've been doing this for 13 years, almost 14 years. And so many times I hear like right once the new year comes up, I want to lose 20 pounds, or I want to lose this, or I want to go running. I want to get back to doing this, but it's not a really clear, concise goal. And so by the time February comes around, that's why most people don't reach their goals once that happens. So we really want to give a really clear idea of what your desires are, and then give your desires and dreams a visual representation. So that's what a vision board is going to do for you. And then it really to keep you focused on your goals daily, so that when you're looking at that, you can see very clearly of what that looks like. The vision board, there's multiple different ways of doing it. Having it, like I think I sent out to a lot of people, and I had suggested you can do pen and paper to get started with. You can also do other things and like that. I use my phone sometimes for vision boards throughout the year, but this one, I'll give you further into it, what you can be able to do to kind of create your own vision board that works best for you and stuff. So like kind of going through what goes on your vision board. So like really it's images that represent your dreams, what your goals are in your ideal life. So we all have these hopes and dreams like that, and they're always kind of in the back of our head, and they're always going to stay back there unless we put it out. And we put it out, make it something tangible, we can touch it a lot more, it works a lot easier. A lot of times clients that work with me, one of the greatest things is that I see is that they utilize their kids, their grandkids, they sometimes even use friends, they use partners, they use them as kind of like a catalyst to help them out with reaching their goals. And so it gives them something very tangible to really look at that. So that's kind of like that image. So they get to see something very specific and very concrete that really helps them out with it. So your brain, like there's a great quote from, your brain will work tirelessly to achieve the statements you give your subconscious mind. And when those statements are the affirmations and images of your goals, you are destined to achieve them. So really, when we put something very focused onto it, we're going to reach it a lot, like our chance of going to reach to it so much better. In all my time of coaching and stuff like that, I've done stuff like this for myself, and it's been amazing of what they do. One of the first ones was, it was actually kind of funny, was um, I wasn't in business all that long. And I was trying to build partnerships, and someone asked me if they could utilize my space to do a vision workshop. And I was kind of like, okay, this is kind of hokey, but I'm going to let someone come in and use the space. So it'll be good for marketing and a good relationship building thing, but I'm not going to participate. So they came up, they brought a whole bunch of supplies. Unfortunately, we can't do it because of COVID, so we get to do it over Zoom and Facebook. But anyhow, so I was going through and I was listening to him get started, and then she goes, "Mike, come on over and participate." And I'm like, well, I don't really want to, but I didn't, like, there were people already getting started, and so I didn't feel like I should say no. So they were clients of mine as well. So I went ahead and went for it. And when I was putting it on there, it's the first time I realized I'd done vision boards in the past, but it was the first time I realized that a vision board actually can work. And I actually saw it and utilized it. And so one of the biggest things was, like, we were renting a house, and I really wanted to have my own house really bad. But I'd never really like visualized it so much. And so I started like putting a bunch of houses on there and some other things like that. And we didn't do it. I didn't do it at the first of the year, did it in the middle of the year. It was like maybe in like July or August or something like that. And sure enough, like, we just had our 7-year anniversary. We've been living in this house. And so it was really cool to see that, like, really putting that out there. It was almost kind of like I put it out there, and so it actually was going to come to fruition and stuff like that. Okay. So where focus goes, energy flows. So I really like that statement because it really helps out. Because if you're putting your focus and your efforts and energy into something like that, it really makes a big deal. Like, I'm not really like woo-woo, I guess you could say, but I do really believe that there's a big energy flow. If you project positivity and excitement and energy, you're probably going to get that back. And also, if you are putting out stuff that you want and you're working to create, the chances are going to be that you're going to reach it, and you're going to get that flow is going to come back to you. So a vision board helps you place your attention on what you desire rather than things that are going wrong, or all the things you don't yet have. So much we focus on what are we not accomplishing, what are we not doing well enough. One of the biggest things is that when people are asking questions about my online programs like that, and then, like, what's the big thing that separates you differently from someone else's, that you're never going to hear me beat you up. I'm never going to tell you what you're doing, like, especially around nutrition. I'm not going to tell you what you should or shouldn't eat. I'm just going to teach you how to do it, because you do plenty enough of that beating yourself up. That's not really what my job is, in my opinion. So much we focus on all the negativity of what we do rather than focusing on the positive and seeing those benefits. So that's why having that vision board, you can almost like check it off that you did something, and so it really makes a big difference. So the other one is that place your vision board somewhere you will see it daily. So like on my phone, like I had said, is that I'll take pictures of it and I'll put it in a little folder in an album. And so I can go in and go and look at that really easily, especially when I'm having those rough days when I just don't think I'm like accomplishing anything. I'm not doing a good enough job at it. And when I can go back and go look on it, it's like, oh my God, I actually accomplished that. Like, I have gotten that, or I'm really close to that. I'm getting there. So it's not too far. And so it kind of really takes my mind out of doing that. And I've seen that with a lot of clients when they're, especially when they're trying to work on weight loss. They're focused so much on weight loss, and then they end up not eating so well for a week or two. Holidays come up like a couple weeks ago, and then they start going, well, it's so hard to get back to it. And so we like looking back on that board and seeing what have you done, building you up and understanding why there's going to be some mistakes and stuff like that, and that's okay. But focusing on the positivity of what you have been doing, what you've been accomplishing. So it kind of comes to this last one, is wherever you give attention to will grow. So I believe it's a Cherokee quote. And so what it is there are two wolves, and they are always fighting, one in darkness and despair and the other light and hope. Which one wins? And it's really the one you feed. So if you keep on talking negatively about yourself, you're really probably going to stay stuck in all that negativity. But if we start talking more positively about ourselves and utilizing things like this vision board, will really make a big difference. Okay, so the law of attraction. So I really, again, I like the title on this one. And it really helps out with it because it gives you visual images of your dreams, stimulate your emotions. And so when you're putting stuff down, like when I was doing that first vision board, I remember I wasn't putting these mansions, I wasn't putting these huge places, these multi-million-dollar homes. I was honestly looking for like smaller ranch style homes, stuff that's a little bit more like manageable with a nice yard and stuff like that, because like a lot of you guys may not know, but I do have 4 kids. So I was looking for something with like yardage where the kids can play, where we could do stuff and whatnot. And sure enough, I bought a ranch house and I've got a great plot of land and stuff like that where my kids can be able to play, and it's really quiet and safe street where the kids can ride bikes and not have to worry about traffic. So a lot of that came through, and it was really cool that happened. So emotions are the energy that activates the law of attraction. So if you're really giving those like if you feel that energy, and if you're putting in like that positive energy into what you're wanting, then it's going to feel a lot more passionate. You're going to be a lot more likely to go towards it, rather than if you put something that seems so far outside of that, that like it's maybe something so unattainable, and you're questioning when you even put it on there that could I actually do that? Is put something you like and believe it, that you can do it, that you will get there. Okay. So having a visual representation that you see daily will help you take aligned actions to turning your dreams into reality. So how do you build your vision board? So what we're going to do is we're going to look at choosing images that represent the experience, feelings, and objects you'd like in your life. So again, like that house situation, clients have put things where like they'll like when they're working on it and so that they'll put on they want to lose 20 pounds. And so then I ask the question, they want to lose 20 pounds. That's great. But what does that 20 pounds look like? Like when you've lost that 20 pounds, what is your life like? What are you enjoying in life right now? What are the activities you love doing? What are you so excited about? What are you doing with your kids? What are you doing with your grandkids? What are you doing with your niece and nephew? What are you doing with your dog? What are you doing with your partner? Like, what are the activities you're doing once you've lost that? And look towards that rather than just putting up and saying, I want to lose 20 pounds or whatever that number is, and really utilize that. The other one is use a photo of yourself on the board to strengthen the tie between you and these feelings you desire. So if you like, one of the great ones was we had a picture, it was before Owen was born, our littlest one, and it was a picture of the 2 boys, my daughter and Kathy and I, and we were all sitting there, and I put that on the board and stuff like that because it really helped out with making that be like that was my family. I wanted to build something for them and stuff like that. And so building stuff very specific and concrete to yourself and what you're looking for will really help out. Some people like use a past picture of an activity they were really doing. Like one that I really like that I've used in the past is a picture of me when I was playing soccer. It was a few years ago and so that, but it was a great picture of me playing soccer because I love doing that. And so it was just like, I really want to get back to being able to play soccer a whole lot more. We can't really do a whole lot of that now, but in the past vision boards, it really helped out with getting me back on track with that. Okay. So there's 7 steps to create an effective vision board. So one of the first ones is write out your goals for the next 12 months first. So just take pen and paper or pencil and paper and just write down like whatever comes to mind, just write it down. And so kind of go through it and really get through it. And then one of the biggest things is make sure there's a little space after each one you've written down. And then write down, why are these goals important to you? What is it going to do for you? Why would you want to accomplish those goals? Why is it going to do something good for you in the future? And work on that and really look into those. Then choose images from magazines. You can do printings from the internet. Some people use, there's a great website. I'll type it in here called Canva. And let me go ahead, give me a sec here. I'm going to put it up here on Facebook too. It is called Canva. So you can go to Canva, and Canva is really, really good at really helping out with, you can be able to do one, so you can kind of do one visually, and then you can print out the whole thing. But it's a great way to do that. That's like your online option you could do and so that, or you can use your phone and so that. But magazines is a great way to do it. It really helps to inspire and represent your goals. And then create a collage from the photos you selected. So putting those all together and making it, and using like add affirmational words about how you feel and how you want to feel. So that's a really big one, like utilizing, and you can do a Google search for like strong affirmational words and utilizing those on there to really drive it in. And so one that will help with this is choose your one word for the year. one that embodies what you're creating for 2021. So give me a sec here. I'm going to flip over so that I can share with you guys. One of the big ones that I had was going through. Sorry, I'm looking over at my computer really quick here to pull it up here. So one of my big goals was trying to find out what can I be able to put in for 2021. Like it's new for me, so that's why I'm putting it like I'm still training it in my brain and stuff like that. But so I put one in for 2019, and I also did one in 2020, and then my new one for this year. And so my one in 2019 was actually expansion. I really wanted to expand my business and grow it. And so that's when I ended up, it actually ended up working out that I moved into a new space. Unfortunately, COVID happened and I ended up having to close down that. But before all that had happened, when I did a vision board and wrote out my goals, I put down for 2020 that I was going to be tenacious, because when I moved to the new facility, my overhead was more expensive. There was a lot more I was going to have to do. So I had to find out how to be able to really grow that business and really build it up and bring on staff and do all that stuff. Did I realize that tenacious was going to become COVID? I didn't, but that really helped out with that. It's a pretty powerful word. So mine for 2021 is return. So I put so much effort into what I've done in the last year and stuff like that. So I really wanted to find something very like embody about my return on what I've been doing and stuff like that, and really put that there. So next is really spend a few minutes every single day looking at your vision board. Will really help out with really making it concrete for you and really getting that dialed in for you. Okay. So a couple other notes. Your vision board can focus on all areas of your life or one specifically you'd like to focus on. So it doesn't have to be like only health and wellness. Like a lot of times I was talking with, again, the group I was coaching yesterday in our time that we were talking, and someone said, well, what about like doing a vision board that's one from my partner and I? And I was like, that's a great idea to do something like that. One though, my suggestion was create one that you want first, one that's yours, and then talk to your partner about coming over and creating one, or have both you guys create your very own and then create one, because you might learn something from your partner that their goals are. And so if you have young kids like that, it'd be a good option, or even your older kids, that they'd be willing to. But you could be able to have them do a vision board with you, and so that make a family project and stuff like that. So make your vision board neat so it's easy to see and take in each day. So really like try to make it have a flow to it. Like kind of think about it like it's water flowing through it and stuff like that. Make it maybe circular or something like that, so it flows and has a train of what you're going through, like your journey of what you're going through, what you're trying to do. Some people do like 12 goals they're trying to achieve for the next 12 months. And so they putting them up 1, 2, 3, like 1 being the most important to them and 12 as being the least important kind of idea. And then the big one is write down the date you create your vision board so you can time how quickly you manifest your dreams. So you'd be surprised when you look back on that and go, oh my God, I actually accomplished that a lot sooner than I thought. And some of them might be almost really out there that you're thinking those dreams are. And then all of a sudden you look back on it and you're like, wow, I accomplished that in 4 months. Like I didn't even realize I'd do that. So use that vision board daily to visualize your future self and life. Okay. So believe that what you put on your vision board is already yours. So really getting that focus on that this is something I want to accomplish and I am going to accomplish it, and this is what it's going to look like, and really diving it into this is mine. Like I own this. This is what's going to be like. So that's why I'm saying like I want to lose 20 pounds, but what's that look like? Like what does your life look like when that 20 pounds is gone? Like how does your body feel? Like how's your sleep? How's your interaction with your partner? How is it when you go get in the car? Is it easier to get in the car or get out? How is it getting off the couch? Is it easier or harder for you? Utilizing something that really gives you that you feel it and you really know what that's going to be like. And then celebrate your achievements as they happen. So much we get fixated on what we're not accomplishing instead of focusing on what we are doing well. And so even if it's a small victory, focus on those small victories of what you're doing makes a big difference. Okay. So here it is. So I want you guys to create your vision board. So how I want you to do is I want you to pick a date you want to have this accomplished by. So I want a concrete date that you want to have this accomplished by, because if you give a concrete time frame on it, the chances are you're going to do it. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about it right now and I want you to put it in the comments if you're on Facebook. If you're on the Zoom call, you can just go ahead and send me a message and tell me the date you're going to have this accomplished by. This will help to put this into action. It'll make it so that this is going to happen. Because if you end up just saying, oh, this sounds like a great idea, Mike's talking about this, I really want to put this together, and then all of a sudden February's combined, March combined, you never did it. So let's go ahead and write it down, get it down so I can check in with you and ask you how it's going, what you've been doing. And so that you kind of have me kind of holding you accountable, making sure you get it done. Okay. I'll check those near the end and stuff like that, and write down the dates and stuff like that before we wrap up. So the next one is a show and tell. So anyone who'd like to share their vision board and their desires with the group on Facebook is what I'm meaning by the Facebook group, because it's that private group. So it's all like everyone that's in this group is really like very like-minded. They're all looking for very similar goals. They're all having very similar struggles. So putting it on there, it really welcomes them to see like the inspiration of what you have in sparks dreams and others. Okay. Take a picture of it and post it to the social media on that Facebook page. Some people aren't so comfortable with that. So you can go ahead and private message me or shoot me an email, whatever it ends up being. It just is really great to like, I love seeing what people create because it's pretty amazing to see the things they end up creating. So any of that stuff will be really great to see. Okay. All right. Give me just a moment here. Let's see here. There it is. Okay. I just need to get that chat up there for us. Okay. So the next one is, the very last one is here's what's next. Okay. So I really appreciate all you guys for coming on and doing this and checking this out. Some of you guys will watch the replay of this potentially. But I want to offer to you guys, I am going to be running a 5-day health and fitness reset. It's really to help get you on track for 2021 to point you in the right direction. So on this seminar, I am gifting this for you guys for free. I just really want to help out with giving you guys kind of something to start yourself off 2021 on the right foot. I was kind of contemplating about doing it the 1st of January, but so much we get so focused on January 1st, and a lot of times people end up staying up too late because of fireworks, partying, or whatever ends up being. So usually the New Year's resolutions don't end up starting for a few days after. So I really want to get you guys on the right foot. So it will be starting up this Monday next week. So I'm going to go ahead and post in the comments here. This is a link right here to get registered. And then let me go to Facebook for you guys here. Give me just a moment. Just got to get to Facebook here. All right. Sorry about that, guys. There's a lot of screens I'm toggling around with here. There we go. Okay. So here is the link to that also there for you guys. So, but that is a option you guys can be able to do. It's just a really great program that I have that really helps out with getting that set you guys up in the right place and stuff like that. Looks like it may not have gone to that for you guys. I think it looked like it stopped here. Oh no, that's just on Facebook. You guys are behind a little bit. So you guys get caught up when you see it. So what I'd like for the guys that are on Zoom, go ahead and put in your dates in the chat so that I know that that is your date you're going to get it started up on. And I'm going to go ahead and start writing some of these ones down here. And if anyone has any questions, do feel free to post any of the questions on Facebook or anything like that. And I am happy to answer those questions later on and stuff like that. You know, it looks like I shared that there, didn't it? All right, Katie, I'm going to go ahead and get that signed off. But anyone else that you guys have any questions, go ahead and send me those dates. You can go ahead and email me as well. I'll go ahead and send out a replay on this to anyone that did end up missing this and stuff like that. And it's also up in the Facebook group. Thank you guys so much for attending. I really appreciate you guys for attending. and I will see you guys all soon.